Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Golduck here. Good to see you all back again. Now it's been a long while since I've been uploading my videos to YouTube recently, and it's only been like nearly 2 months. But I'll tell everybody about what the hell has been going on with me today. Previously, I have officially left my job, and basically after that I went to QuickFit, but I didn't last very long there because, you know, they were terrible. But I will get on to that in a minute. But first off, I shall tell everyone about what happened with Halfords. Now, I started Halfords way back in September 2015. And when I first started, I absolutely enjoyed it. You know, I had absolutely no problems with her at all. And after that, it started, you know, getting a lot better after, like, I recently passed my driving test and stuff like that. But now, recently, after, like, in sort of like mid-December, it started to get worse. And in January, it got terrible because the manager was off ill. You can't blame him. Well, the old manager was ill, but yeah, still continuing on. You know, I basically decided to book myself a week off in the February half term, but it has not been granted because the manager was off ill and everyone ran around with their fucking heads off. Because the management was terrible because of the old manager being off sick for a long time. But to be fair, it's nothing you can't help, really. You know, it's an illness, you know, can't be helped. But if the management kind of needs to pull itself together, that sort of thing. And so basically that's the reason why I had to basically, you know, go and help out my colleagues at the last minute because of what's been going on and stuff like that. So I basically had to come in and out, and it's just been like an absolute fucking nightmare. But in March, the old manager just left, got to a new job. Basically, we got the new manager, who is basically a bit of a wanker, really. It's just there's something not clearly right with him, you know. It's just something you clearly can't put your finger on, right? But then, after that, I decided to take 2 weeks off because I was basically on the verge of retiring. I had to say to our assistant manager, I said to him, look, mate, I can't go and continue any longer because if this keeps on going on for a period of time, then it won't work out for me. So I decided to say, well, I'm going to be retiring, but the new manager heard of this and he was a bit concerned about it, you know, which I do appreciate, and he gave me 2 weeks off so I could just basically, you know, refresh myself, you know, get myself back in gear and stuff like that, and I did. So I decided to do that to see how much they can improve without me. And they did sort of slightly okay-ish, but after that, they decided to cut my 2 weeks short and basically had me back. So that was the reason. So I basically came back for a bit, and then after that, it's basically started to get a little bit more worse. Because basically, there was this day, right? I was in Reading, and basically I got a phone call from work saying you're supposed to be in today, but I was not told about like the overtime without being put on. Because if you're going to be volunteering for overtime, you had to volunteer for it, you know, by asking my permission. But no, the new manager did more than that. Decided to put me on there without my permission. And that's what the old manager did. He basically put me down on overtime without my permission. And it's just basically, it's just, even though everyone, you know, loves the old manager to bits, you know, everyone at my old workplace loves the old manager to bits, even I do, but he still has his flaws, like basically not telling everyone about like their overtime shifts and stuff like that. You're just basically not telling everyone. I mean, how can that basically happen? So with a new manager, he did nearly the same thing as he did. So I was very pissed off about that. So I got very pissed off. I had to go tell my assistant manager about it. You know, we had a bit of an honest chat. So I decided to take another 2 weeks off again, see if it improves. After when I came back, sort of a slight improvement, but nothing there. It was still the same old shit. But they had a new colleague in, so fine. But then, you know, after that, you know, the colleague went on holiday. You know, basically, for example, if a colleague goes on holiday, the store goes a bit mental. So basically, I had to come in and cover overtime again and again because there was no one available other to go to than me. And that makes me feel like I'm fucking used. You know, I kind of feel like I'm actually being used because I was basically, as claimed by Halfords, I'm one of their best workers. And that's fine, fair enough. I'm one of the best workers. But to be fair, I have a personal life I had to go to. You know, I have a personal life to attend to. But the thing is, you know, I've been used. You know, being put on overtime without my permission, and just basically had to do more overtime. They had to ask me. I said to them, well, I can't do it. But they just basically pushed me to it. They had to basically goad me into doing more overtime. And I think that's an illegal working practice of what they did. I mean, the problem is, right, if a Halfords management cannot sort their own heads out with me and my other colleagues down there, they're going to be fucking themselves. They're going to fuck the whole old workplace up. And then after that, it'll just be in a pile of shit. Right? That's what's going to happen. Yeah, and I heard about these stories in Halfords where basically, you know, colleagues were used and stuff like that for like lots of overtime and shit like that. You know, I've heard about like loads of times, but this one basically takes the cake because I think, to be honest, I've had to be doing a lot more weekend shifts. I've got no weekend off breaks, and basically. Not only that, but customers, right? The customers who goes down to Halfords in Winnersh are for Wokingham. And fuck me, I think there are loads of people for Wokingham who are a bunch of rude bastards. I mean, come on, even the people from Bracknell and Reading are a lot nicer than that. And I thought there were a lot of bitchy people in Bracknell and Reading. No, Wokingham tops it off. I'm just staggered. You know, really fucking staggered on what the real world is like. But to be fair, I now know what the real world is like, full of cunts. It's not really full of cunts, they're full of nice people. But anyways, moving on. So, I decided to go on holiday, tried to book it off, but I couldn't do it. So basically, I felt like, you know what, fuck it, enough is enough. You know what, I'm going to have to leave because I have no choice. I'm really done. You can't keep me anymore because right now I think you are taking a piss. You can't go and keep the store managed up to good standards, and I think enough is enough. I'm going to have to go. And I did just that. So after that, went on holiday in Edinburgh for about nearly a week. And came back, felt slightly refreshed. And decided to get back onto track. And then after that, got a job at Kwik Fit. Because I was expecting Kwik Fit to be a lot better than Halfords. How wrong was I? Because there's a problem. First day, Kwik Fit was really good. Because I was taught naturally, but with this manager, no, just no. I mean, how the fuck did he get that job? I really don't know. I mean, first of all, the manager in Kwik Fit was a complete arsehole. Basically just pushing me around and treated me like I'm some sort of fucking piece of shit. I mean, he just doesn't even care. There's nothing about him that he does not give a shit. Alright? He just basically, blatantly, doesn't give a shit. He just basically doesn't even care about me or the rest of the other colleagues. He only cares about like money and customers, and that's the only two things he cares about. But what does he do? He goes and treats me like I'm some sort of fucking wanker. And basically, I've got right up to a point where I felt like, you know what, I'm out. I'm on a probational period, but you know what, I'm going to go. I'm not going to get a reference period. I'm going to go fuck off. So I basically left QuickFit and Halfords. So no sack. I did not get sacked. I chose to leave. My choice. It's my choice, not theirs. It's my own decision, my own choice to leave Halfords and to leave QuickFit. I did not get sacked from QuickFit or Halfords or any other jobs at all. I'll never be sacked. I only got told to leave for my work experience because of a fucked up mistake, and that's it. But that work experience was not a job. End of story. So now I'm back to the fucking job centre and I have to go on another job hunt all over again. Yeah, struggles, isn't it? So yeah, that's basically what's been happening at the moment. I've got a lot of struggles at the moment, okay? So that's what's been going on. Finally glad I said all of that. So yeah, that's what's been happening. That's why I've not been posting any more videos recently, because of what's been going on. Like lots of stress for my job, for my old job, and the new job actually. But yeah, then again, still stress. And just basically just trying to find a new job, had to do everything all over again. So that's the third time I had to go and look for another fucking job. You see how much struggle in the economy that is today, because the problem is, as Britain left the EU, it kind of makes it even more difficult for young people to find a new fucking job and to get properly paid. But the problem is with the economy and the politics nowadays, because the politics are nothing more, the British politics are nothing more than a bunch of backstabbing cunts who go stab each other in the back and just basically put themselves in a lot of disarray. And the economy is terrible. So that's basically making my life even more difficult to get more money and to try and find a really good job that I like, that I enjoy, and I get properly paid. Because the thing is, I'm a semi-skilled technician, I'm qualified to level 2, willing to be qualified to level 3. I mean, I'm not asking for a job, for fuck's sake, I'm looking for a fucking job, okay? You gotta have to understand how frustrated I am here, okay? I mean, there are loads more people out there who are very unemployed and are trying desperately to find a job, right? And I'm one of them, yeah? Because I want to be properly paid so I can get, like, you know, a properly good car, which has got lots of the latest tech and gadgets and shit like that, and properly very fast as well. But I'm not a fast driver, but yeah, there you go. And also get a house, you know, live in my own house, pay my bills. So that's basically what it is. Britain's, it's quite expensive. Yeah, that's what I do every day. Work, pay bills, work, pay the fucking bills. Well, I don't pay my bills, so I live in a house with my parents. But once I get older, I'm going to have to go and pay my own bills. You see, that's the problem. I cannot try and balance the online life and the personal life. It can't be conflicted. So that's basically the reason why I cannot basically, you know, be able to upload as much YouTube videos as I can. Right? Sometimes it's maybe difficult to see how much YouTube videos that I post a lot, but it's going to be a little bit on a delay. But don't worry, I will make sure I keep you guys updated, you know, with all the latest hair update videos. I mean, as you can see, my hair's a lot longer, but as you can see, so it's a little bit of a preview for you lot. So yeah, don't worry, I will still keep the hair update videos going. I'll upload some other videos as well. So bear with me. As soon as I get everything under control, I'll be coming back to like normality, and basically I will keep up with like the schedule and stuff like that. Okay, so just bear with me, guys. I'll make sure that everything is under control, and I'll make sure I get back on track. And then after that, everything's all sorted. Bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle. Anyways, I've got to have to go now. So thank you very much for watching this important update video to tell you everyone about what's been going on. Okay, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all later. I'll make sure I keep up you lot updated and tell everyone what's been going on. And after that, Help Day videos, and everyone's happy. So, yeah, see you all later. Scott again. Boosh!